Hello everybody, Benjamin Blade, the tabletop blacksmith. I'm so excited to talk to you about playing your character today. Whether you are a game master, dungeon master, or a player character, you have the unique opportunity to create a person inside a fantasy realm, inside a fake universe that is going to be your own. Someone that you can take upon yourself to bring to life through the form of creative and collective storytelling. Becoming your player character is something that I find extremely fascinating. I have had many different players in my own gaming experience, and as a dungeon master, I have seen hundreds of unique individuals and different characters that have come to life at the table because of those individuals who had brought them to the table. There are things that you, as a player or as a dungeon master, can do to prepare yourself to become and to create a great character at the table. Dungeon Masters, of course, you have to create hundreds of NPCs. You need to create hundreds of characters, of bad guys, of monsters, and you need to manage all of those. So unless you are able to divide your consciousness into all of those different types of people, it is important for you to take notes and to revert to your notes in a pinch. As both a dungeon master or as a player, there are things that you can do to prepare yourself to bring that character to life at the table. The basic outline or skeleton of the person that you need to have offhand is the name of the person, what race they are playing, what class they are playing, what they did before they became their class, and why they gave up their previous life to become an adventurer and to pursue that occupation. I have played several different editions of Dungeons & Dragons, a lot of different types of role-playing games, but when I was first introduced to 5th edition during the playtest, I quickly fell in love with the character creation. For me, character creation is one of the most important parts of the story. It is going to form the foundation for the rest of the game. There's a game in my youth called Conqueror AD 1086, I think. They did a really great job of this. Other games like Darklands, like Star Trail, Realms of Arcania 2, like Dark Sun, The Shattered Lands. These games influenced my life when I was growing up, and they have carried into my gaming experience at the table. They helped me to create unique characters at the table that I feel can really make a positive impact into a party or into the group that is all there collectively storytelling. So when I refer to someone's class as they are currently in the game, that is their current occupation. So 5th edition, when you are creating your character, a big part of it is determining what your background is going to be. And what's nice is your background gives you certain bonuses that your character will have because they had previous experience in a certain area. Someone who might have previously been a sailor, they're going to have that sailing experience that is going to possibly help the party in the future if they ever get into the open ocean or are taking a boat upriver. So those things help you to define who your character is at the moment. Perhaps they gave up that life because of something terrible and traumatic. Or maybe they gave up that life because they were just interested in trying to get as much gold as they could in a short amount of time. Maybe they owed that money to an organization because of a large gambling debt. Those are the basic things that you need to know as a person in order for you to understand who your character is in the first place, to bring them to the table. Advanced ideas for your character. Does your character know any of the other characters in the party? Are they going to go off on a quest with 12 other dwarves who maybe you've never known but they all know each other?
Well, that's decided. It'll be very good for you. And most amusing for me. I shall inform the others.
Inform the who? What? No, wait. We do not want any adventures here. Thank you. Not today. Not. I suggest you try over the hill or across the water. Good morning.
What does your character sound like? What is your character's mannerisms? You don't always have to have an accent to make an incredibly dramatic character or presence at the table. If your character talks with a stutter, people are going to love it just as much as if you were, say, a Goliath barbarian.
Warrior Grog, have you taken up the blade of Craven Edge?
Is that what this is? Do you have a female setting?
What is your character's end goal? What is it that they are trying to accomplish in such a short amount of time? The life of an adventurer is an extremely dangerous one. It's one that is the reason why there are so many littered bones on the ground outside of monsters' caves. What does your character believe? At my table, we currently have a cleric of Kelemvor, who is the god of the dead. specifically enumerating and helping those pass over to the other side of the veil. The cleric in the party knows that her character has access to spells that can help sustain people and keep them alive. She knows that there are spells like Revivify, which is extremely helpful in a combat scenario. But he determined that Alona was going to be a zealot of sorts for her worship of Kelemvor. And he has openly told the party in character, there's no such thing as magic that will bring people back from the dead. While other characters in the party know that that is not true, and while obviously metagaming, their players definitely know that resurrection spells exist, Revivify exists, his character is choosing to withhold that information. That's something that brings a great drama to the story. Why does his character feel that way? Why is the end for his cleric? I feel like the party is in a place where they can eventually figure out why she believes that way. Perhaps she'll change her mind. Perhaps she won't. When she had first mentioned this to me, I thought it was a great idea, and I made sure to have him mention it to the group so that they can be aware of his intentions instead of feeling that their cleric wasn't doing their job. There's no wrong way for you to build your character. If you follow the steps that are in a player's handbook, you will have a fully fleshed out character. Some people like having their attributes beforehand so that they can identify what kind of character they would be compatible with. I personally roll up my character's stats after I've chosen who they're already going to be. I feel like the stats are a reflection of what they're capable of, not necessarily who they are. I hope that these ideas can help you to become your character a little bit better at the table. New players especially, when you are coming to the table, you're not exactly sure how the game is supposed to run, what you are supposed to do as a player, and so I feel like if you are answering these questions, it's going to better help you when you get in those moments where you will have to engage with the rest of the party, or engage with the story, or when the DM shines the spotlight on you and it's your turn to make a decision. If you only want to fill out the basic things, that should be able to get you by. If you want to think about the more advanced tips, that will make your character a little bit more memorable at the table. Session 0 is the best place for you to identify all of these steps. If you can identify what your character is, who they are, how they interact with the other players in the party, then you're going to be off to a great start. And that's going to give your Dungeon Master all of the story that he needs to come up with the background with why everything is happening in the current way that it is happening in the story. Thank you for taking the time to listen and to watch this video. Please subscribe if you like what you saw. We keep the channel ad-free, so if you would like to support us, please go to our Kickstarter and check us out. We're currently selling on-the-fly terrain for on-the-fly Dungeon Masters. We also have a completely stackable and customizable ship. It's amazing, and we are so excited for it. So, thank you very much. Remember, gaming is life.